This bill is the first substantive credit union legislation, obviously since 2011, and a first step in delivering for credit unions on the commitments from the programme for government. They've been a long time waiting for that. That said, the bill will require, as was said, substantial amendments if we are to get this legislation off the vitally important sector and make the most of the wonderful national and community asset that our network of credit unions present us with. The credit union has been held back for over a decade by the policies that have regulated the sector. The policies were designed for large banks, designed in the wake of the financial crash and the bankruptcy of the country. Credit unions have been crying out for reform to allow them to extend the loans, particularly for mortgages and businesses and agri-businesses, and that is particularly important in rural areas in Mayo. We badly need competition in these areas, and the credit unions can perform that role. I would also say that we need a different approach in these areas. Credit unions have had the potential to be a genuine community banking system. They have 3.5 million members across the state, and the real potential is that the credit unions hold over 16 billion in savings, and they only hold over 5 billion in loans. So unlocking the credit union potential to issue loans using its community relationships could address the issue around traditional pillar banks to adequately finance small businesses. That local knowledge is absolutely invaluable, and while I'm here, I really want to commend all of the volunteers in the credit unions that I know right across Mayo, the nearest one being to me, Balmullet, and obviously Castlebar and Westport and Ballyhonus and Ackle and all of the other credit unions. They are embedded in the communities. They offer a wonderful service. In many cases, people would not have a car, people would not have very basic things that they need if it were not for the credit unions. And it is time to set them free from the stranglehold of all the regulation that they have had to put up with over the years. They have been probably one of the most sectors that I know who have been prevented from fulfilling their potential. I very much look forward to the credit unions fulfilling that potential and forming the role that I know that they can perform in all of these communities. But we have to remember the volunteers' times and the hours across the country, and I want to acknowledge it, and I want to thank them all for the work that they have done over the decades for credit unions and for members in the community. When the doors were shut on many people right across this state, the credit unions always had their doors open, and what they can do in the future is even better than they have done in the past.
Thank you, Deputy.